Good evening, everyone. Jamie here in partly cloudy Arizona today. It's been like 95 degrees, 97 yesterday. It's been pretty warm. It's a test of what's to come. I get a giggle. I kind of laugh about it. You ever watch Game of Thrones? Winter is coming. For us, it's summer is coming. And so you got to kind of get ready. The last few weeks, I've been talking about what's going on out there, all the earthworks and all that. But I thought I'd show a more established and getting established area today, um, and the things we've been doing. I don't know if you can tell, but we've rocked out this going all the way down the path. We got this completely rocked out. That's a lot of rocks, folks. So it should hold the moisture that we got well, last Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Ended up being right around an inch and a half, a little less than an inch and a half. So we got the rocks put down, and hopefully it holds some of the moisture. And we have some new plants going in over here, and we have some old plants that are just now coming over here. Thought I'd show you that. While we're talking about new plants, I got a couple of trees from Josh at Desert Gardens Homestead on some jujubes. I'm really happy about getting those put in. We also have this rue plant, RUE, putting in. Tree tobacco we're putting in. And that's going to go in here. And in here, we're also going to be doing some prickly pears, some aloes, and all that. Um, some of my older cactuses that I've been keeping under the shade, and that one there, and that one over there, are going to go in out here. I'm going to keep them in the pots so that way I get to see how they're doing. We got some agaves going to go in there. So this area is getting done. Happy to see this Peruvian apple finally putting some offshoots on. It's been struggling for the last couple of years, but it seems to be doing just fine now. It's kind of adapted. We've got this all planted. And come over here and see the Syntropic line I put in. Excuse the mess. We're doing fencing along the back of the bus. My German Shepherd's been getting out and wandering, so we're having to kind of contain him. As you can see, doing well. Now I imagine that if the roosters that was free ranging hadn't got out, we'd have more seeds coming up. But as it stands, we have, daikons, regular mustards, some native mustards, some pak choi, and grasses coming up in here. And I really love these grasses. They're a broom. I think they're called red broom. The bird of paradise is still blooming. In fact, we're going to have seed pods this year. Happy to see that. Means I'm going to be able to do some seeds on the birds of paradise. I'll show you this little area over here. You guys saw me build this not too long ago. And I spread seeds. So we have daikons, pak choi, mustards, all coming up. We also have the dreaded, which I have to pull. That's the Sahara mustard. It's an invasive species here. Takes off really well. I've been pulling them as I go, but try to keep this out of the sunlight for you. And a beautiful cactus, and the bloom is really kind of unique. And I think they look good over here in my cactus garden. It seems like the more sun this thing gets, the fuzzier it gets on top, which is kind of cool. The Ratani's still going. Let's go back here. This area, kind of doing well. We have natives, non-natives. We have agaves buried down amongst all these things, which is providing nice mulch. The willow acacia seems to be doing fine. In fact, right at the top, I don't think you can see it. We've got blooms coming. And over here, where I took people's suggestion and didn't move the fig, I just planted more stuff with it. And it seems to be working well. That fig is doing nicely this year. We placed it with the mesquite. Some daikons came up. That's a coyote gourd. And that's a hopseed. We have a prickly pear over here. And then we have a brittle bush in here. So that's doing well. It looks like we have sunflowers coming up too. Excuse me. So I think overall, I like this dense planting. It seems to help. Now, it's early. Like I said, this was just planted this year. So we'll see how it does over the summer. But getting ever so closer to having this section completely filled. Now, it's hard to tell on the camera, but from where I'm standing to, let's say, the chair over there is about 50 feet. So gives you an idea of how large this area is. The one thing I hear from everybody when they come over is it's a lot bigger than it looks on camera, and it is. So with any luck, within a few years, all that out there is going to start looking like this. I've kind of settled into this routine where, I'll dig the earthworks, mulch them, and let them set for about a year and a half before I plant them. And then I'll go back to what I've done previous year with the earthworks and start planting it. So that's been the way I've been doing things. Let's walk our way this way, and we can see the rest of the garden. This is one of my favorite areas too. I need to start getting the ground cover in, the low, agaves and stuff like that in here, and fill that in. But sorry for the quick twist. Where we planted the honeysuckle seems to be doing fine. The cannas that we planted are also doing well. Mexican petunias coming up. We got an ivy starting. This is an area I don't show very often. This around in here, but this is the back side of the bus. Our chicken coop, excuse me. Now we planted a few things that we're going to give a shot. That's a lavender, basil, of course, oregano, thyme. Mint's really taking off. Snapdragon's still doing good. Yarrow. And we have more cannas. We got trees coming in. This is our biggest tree. And it's now reaching at least 15 feet. Other stuff we have in here. And as you can see, I'm working backwards to this. I use it as my nursery area. It's under shade, so it's not getting that bad. It's good for the herbs. We got a fuchsia just as a centerpiece. Don't expect it to do that well, but we'll give it a shot. Now out here, this is what I ultimately want the rest of my garden to look like. Ground cover, you know, nice looking. All the layers of a food forest going in. We have stuff coming up now and stuff going in. I'm going to start planting these ice plants in here. The tomatoes are producing like crazy. It looks like the butterfly bush is getting ready to bloom. And we also have things scattered in here that's coming up. It's hard to notice, but they're there. Like right there. Those are little bitty horn melons from seeds from last year. We got a watermelon coming up here. Prickly pears are taking off, so we're going to have a lot of starts for prickly pears for out there in the first garden I showed you. Down in there is Rosella hibiscus. We got another Mexican petunia coming up. There's more jelly melons coming up there. We have a old man melon. And then more Rosella hibiscus. More tomatoes. Sponzo, something like that. Good for beans. That's going to be planted here. And this other stuff planted where you see it. The elephant food's going to go in over here. Now, let's take a break for a second. So when we had the rain, we went out the next day, and as you can tell, we bought a bunch of straw, 3 bales, and we covered it. So it is heavily covered right now, trying to lock in that last bit of rain that we had. And I think it's going to work good. I'm sitting next to some more jelly melons coming up, and there's some at the base of this mulberry coming up. Another tomato, and as I said, we got tons of tomatoes on. This is our okra, and it's finally sprouted. Right, coming up. Got to put the net. We kind of figured, well, the net seems to be working for the birds for now. Zucchini, and a squash. More jelly melons over here. Artichoke, Jerusalem artichoke. That all came up. Cleaned out one of the compost beds, and it turned out good. Should have spread it before we put the straw down, but oh well. Gives me another reason to put another layer of straw down. I just did a short on this guy. He opened up last night, and it's beautiful flower. But it only stays open for one night, and as you can tell, we've got a lot more coming. A lot more coming. So, real happy about that. This guy really is going. It likes it. The I forget what this one's called. It's a kind of an orange bell, but it's real pretty. Jerusalem artichoke. Had a Rosella hibiscus in there. It didn't come up, so I've got something else to put in there. Another wonderful gift from Josh. We got mullein seeds. Love the mullein. And if shit ever hit the fan again, you got mullein growing, great toilet paper. Sounds funny, but it's true. I've actually used it. I did the Pacific Crest Trail about 10 years ago, and I ran out of toilet paper. Uh, thank God there was mullein. Soft, fuzzy, disposable. We got some eggplants in over here. So everything's looking good. A couple more new prickly pears that we're going to get put in. These are purple. They're beautiful. The yuccas are still blooming. So other than that, hope everybody had a great time. We did well at the rock show. We got to meet a few subscribers, and it was wonderful meeting them. More places we're going to put prickly pears. As you can see, filling this up. This drains really fast, so it doesn't good. It's not a good place to put vegetables or anything like that. It just gets sucked down. So I figure prickly pears are the best to put there. But again, let me say, it was nice meeting our subscribers. It was weird to be recognized. And I'd like to give another giant shout out and a huge thank you to Josh for sending me the jujubes. I'm not showing them right this minute because they kind of went through shock, but their leaves are coming back. I want to let Josh know that yeah, the leaves and the flowers that were on them fell off, but I've done what you said. I kept them in the shade, kept them watered, and they're putting on new growth. So probably by the time I do a video in 2 weeks, I'll be able to show them with nice big leaves. And I don't want to show them without being in their full glory. So other than that, the sun is setting. And I bid you farewell. Have a nice night, a great week. Be kind, love one another.